In the vast and often treacherous landscape of the financial markets, the search for success is a universal pursuit. Most who enter this arena seek a secret formula, a complex indicator, or a hidden piece of knowledge that will unlock the path to consistent profits. They believe the game is won through superior prediction. But Richard Wyckoff, after a lifetime of study and practice at the very heart of Wall Street, came to understand a more profound truth. He realized that enduring success in the market is not built upon the shaky ground of forecasting, but upon an unshakable foundation of timeless, inviolable rules. He taught that speculation, when correctly practiced, is not an art, nor is it a gamble. It is a business. And like any successful business, it must be operated according to a set of sound, logical, and unwavering principles. This video is a masterclass in those principles. We will distill the immense body of Wyckoff's work into 10 golden rules, the core commandments that transform speculation from a game of chance into a profitable professional enterprise. Before we continue, please subscribe and leave a quick comment, even one word. This small action helps the algorithm show this video to more people and tells me these deep dives are worth making. The first and most important of all Wyckoff's teachings is this. Rule number 1, treat your trading as a business. This single principle is the foundation upon which all other rules are built. It is a fundamental shift in mindset that separates the professional from the 95% of the public who consistently lose money. The amateur treats the market as a hobby, a source of excitement, or a casino where he hopes to get lucky. He acts on impulse, on tips, on hope. The professional treats the market as his enterprise. He has a business plan, a methodology, and a set of disciplined procedures that he follows with the same seriousness as a manufacturer or a merchant. The philosophy behind this rule is that trading, when approached correctly, has all the characteristics of a business. It has revenues, which are the profits from successful trades. It has expenses, which are the small, controlled losses, commissions, and other costs. It requires capital to operate. It demands a period of apprenticeship and study to master its techniques. And its ultimate success or failure depends entirely on the skill, judgment, and discipline of its proprietor. Wyckoff himself exemplified this. He did not begin trading until he had spent 14 years on Wall Street, first as a runner, then as a clerk, and finally as the head of his own brokerage firm. He invested years in learning his business before he risked a significant portion of his own capital. He knew that knowledge was his most valuable asset. The practical steps to apply this rule are clear and non-negotiable. First, you must have a written trading plan. This is your business plan. It must define what markets you will trade, what your methodology is for identifying opportunities, how you will enter and exit positions, and how you will manage your risk. Second, you must keep a meticulous trade journal. This is your set of accounting books. Every trade must be recorded, along with the reason for entry, the stop-loss placement, the price objective, and the ultimate outcome. Third, you must conduct a regular business review. At the end of every week or month, you must study your journal, especially your losses. A loss, when analyzed, is not a failure. It is tuition paid to the market for a piece of valuable education. The trader who treats trading as a business learns from his expenses and constantly refines his methods to improve his future performance. From this foundational mindset flows the second golden rule, a principle of capital management designed to prevent the most common cause of financial ruin on Wall Street. This is rule number 2, never overtrade. Wyckoff observed that more accounts were destroyed by this single error than by any other. Overtrading is a two-headed monster. It means, first, trading in a position size that is far too large for your available capital. Second, it means trading too frequently, making commitments without a sound, logical reason based on your proven methodology. The philosophy here is that overtrading is the enemy of mental poise. When a man is risking an amount of money that makes him anxious, he cannot think clearly. He is no longer an analyst. He is a gambler, riding a wave of fear and greed. He will cut his profits short at the first sign of a minor reaction, and he will let his losses run in the desperate hope that they will turn around. He has lost the emotional detachment that is essential for professional judgment. Wyckoff saw this happen countless times. A trader, flush with a recent success, would become overconfident and dramatically increase his trading size, only to be wiped out by a single unexpected market move. The practical steps to avoid this are rooted in strict capital allocation. First, you must define your risk per trade as a small, fixed percentage of your total trading capital. A common professional standard is to risk no more than 1 or 2% of your capital on any single trade. Second, you must have the discipline to remain idle when your method does not provide a clear, high-probability setup. The professional understands that his job is not to trade every day, but to wait patiently for the rare moments when the odds are overwhelmingly in his favor. He knows that the profits are made in the waiting, not in the constant action. By controlling your position size and your frequency of trading, you ensure that your business can withstand the inevitable strings of losses and survive to trade another day. This leads directly to the third and perhaps most critical rule of survival in the markets. This is rule number 3. Always limit your risk. While rule 2 deals with the size of your commitments, rule 3 deals with the ironclad defense you must place around every single one of them. For Wyckoff, the use of a stop-loss order was not a suggestion. It was an absolute law. It is the single action that separates the professional business owner from the hopeful amateur. The philosophy of the stop-loss is that it is an insurance policy. It is a prepaid, non-negotiable business expense. Wyckoff taught that the trader must accept the fact that he will be wrong, and often. The stop-loss is the plan for what to do when that happens. It is a decision made with a cool, clear mind before a trade is entered, to be executed mechanically and without emotion when the market proves the initial judgment to be incorrect. It is the ultimate tool for preserving capital, which is the lifeblood of the trading business. To trade without a stop is to leave your entire enterprise exposed to a catastrophic business-ending event. The practical step is to determine the logical danger point for every trade. A stop-loss should not be placed at an arbitrary percentage or point level. It must be placed at the specific price that, if reached, conclusively invalidates the original reason for the trade. For a long position taken after a spring, the stop is placed just below the low of that spring. For a short position taken after an upthrust, the stop is placed just above the high of that upthrust. The placement of the stop is a technical decision based on the structure of the market. Its execution, however, is a matter of pure discipline. A professional never moves his stop to accommodate a larger loss. He accepts the small planned expense and moves on. The fourth golden rule is a direct consequence of the third. It is designed to prevent one of the most common and destructive reactions to a losing trade. This is rule number 4, never average down. This is the practice of buying more of a stock as its price falls, in the hope of lowering one's average cost. Wyckoff considered this to be one of the most pernicious and logically bankrupt strategies in finance. The philosophy here is simple and brutal. Averaging down is the act of doubling down on a mistake. Your initial judgment to buy the stock has been proven wrong by the market's own action. The price has declined. To then commit more capital to this failing venture is to abandon all logic and act purely on hope. You are, in effect, arguing with the tape, and the tape always wins. Wyckoff pointed out that the trader who averages down is often buying from insiders who are selling for very good reasons. He is not getting a bargain. He is taking on someone else's problem. The practical step is to replace the impulse to average down with the discipline of the stop loss. When your initial judgment is proven wrong and your stop is hit, your job is not to buy more, but to liquidate the position immediately. You must then analyze the trade to understand why your judgment was wrong. Was your analysis flawed? Did you misread the market? Did you act impatiently? By replacing the destructive habit of averaging down with the constructive habit of analyzing your small losses, You turn a potential catastrophe into a valuable learning experience. The professional adds capital only to his winning trades, a concept we will explore later, never to his losers. The fifth golden rule ties the concept of risk directly to the potential for profit. It is the ultimate test of a trade's viability as a sound business proposition. This is rule number 5. Ensure the potential reward outweighs the risk. Wyckoff was a strong advocate for only taking trades where the potential profit was at least 3 times the initial defined risk. The philosophy of this rule is that trading is a business of probabilities. Since losses are an inevitable part of the process, the profits from the winning trades must be significantly larger than the losses from the losing trades for the enterprise to be profitable over the long term. The 3-to-1 reward-to-risk ratio is the mathematical foundation that makes this possible. It allows a trader to be wrong on a significant number of his trades and still build his capital. The practical steps for applying this rule are a core part of the pre-trade routine. First, the trader must identify his risk. As we have discussed, this is the distance from his planned entry point to his logical stop-loss point. Second, he must identify his potential reward. This is done by projecting a reasonable price objective for the move, most often by using the point and figure counting method to measure the cause that has been built. Finally, he divides the potential reward by the defined risk. If this ratio is less than 3-to-1, the trade is passed over without a second thought. This single discipline forces the trader to be highly selective. It filters out low-quality, marginal setups and compels him to wait patiently for the A-plus opportunities, where the market structure offers the potential for a large gain from a point of small, well-defined risk. This is not just a trading rule, it is the essence of sound business management. Having established the foundational rules of survival and sound business management, the principles that protect a trader's capital and ensure his longevity in the market, we now transition to the rules of professional operation. These are the principles that transform a defensive, survival-oriented mindset into a proactive, profit-seeking one. These are the rules that govern market analysis and trade execution. They are the active skills that, when built upon a bedrock of sound capital management, allow the Wyckoff analyst to move from simply staying in the game to winning it. This is the professional's approach to reading the market and acting upon its clear and logical testimony. This brings us to the 6th golden rule, which is the very heart of the Wyckoff analytical philosophy. This is rule number 6.